Okay, welcome to this update of our food forest after about 2.5 years. Um, we have a flyover and we'll take you on a journey to explain what we've done. We're just coming to the more traditional orchard that we recently added. We had some space left outside the real food forest that we started 2.5 years ago. So we planted about 15 extra fruit trees and shrubs in between that we of the varieties that we sort of like more than anything else. You will notice the high fence and the gate that we built. That is to keep the deer out, because we're surrounded by forest, as you can see in the background, but it's from all sides. But it is also to keep our Indian runner ducks that we're using as pest control inside of the food forest. In front of you, in the middle, you see a large vegetable garden. So in the middle of our food forest, we have actually built a very large vegetable garden with all the annuals, salads, tomatoes, potatoes, etc., etc. All the berries, by the way, down there in front of you now, more diagonally, you see all the berry lanes with specific sacks that we put in there with more acid soil for the blueberries. On the right-hand side, you see the greenhouse that we built together with workawayers Glenn and Emma, and where Yvonne is very busy propagating all the time plants and also pre-seeding them early in the winter to get them out in the soil as soon as we can. We've built a polytunnel, so we can actually put in tomatoes already early in the season, but we can also lengthen the season. And there in the back, you see our 3-bay composting system. So we're permanently producing about 3 cubic meter of compost continuously. And if we fly a little bit further, at the back of our food forest, you see a very large hay of elephant grass. About 2 years ago, we planted 300 elephant grass plants. So they're now in the second full season. They're about 2.5, 3 meters high. At full maturity, they will be about 4 meters high. And we harvest them in the late winter when they're totally dried out. And then we can actually mulch them and use them instead of buying straw or anything else to cover the soil in summertime. So we're flying over all the lanes in our food forest. In the lower part of the forest, we have the food forest actually. We have lanes with many, especially the fruit trees that we've planted, combined with also some lanes with hardy citruses. Down below here, where the tarp is, that is actually the large swale, or just the slope down to the large swale that we dug to stop the water from running down the slope and collecting it and getting it into the soil. Right in front of you, you see a large lane now going to the right of 20 vines that we actually planted, and I think we get a very nice harvest this year. And over there in the back you see a very large bamboo plot that we just have there for decorative uses, or maybe sometimes we use a bamboo shoot for a stick. And we put a very large piece of plastic in the ground to actually stop it from running around. By the way, you also see our runner ducks there just under the bamboo with their little pond that they're using to wash themselves. They are runner ducks, Indian runner ducks. We have 6 gentlemen running around the food forest, eating all the pests all the time. By the way, if you think that the soil is brown in between the green grass, that's not it. It's all hay and elephant grass that we shredded and actually use for mulch. Over here, this is the part where we have more the herbs and the peppers. And by the way, also some almond trees, but Sichuan pepper, normal pepper, monk pepper, but also a very large passion fruit growing against the fence. That's our house over there, and somewhere over to the right, lower in our valley, are our donkeys, where we collect their poo regularly to actually mix it within the compost. So they're, apart from being lovely animals, they're very easy and easy to keep, but also very useful. And further down in the back, you can't see them, but that is the actual forest where we have a big fence going around a part of it, where we keep our pigs. So that is roughly a flyby of our food forest. Thank you for watching.